back to the shop. So what we're gonna do today is ride the death machine. I'll show you what I've got done. It is more well put together. It has spark. I won't show you, doesn't matter. So we're going to ride today. I got a wire and a kill switch because it's necessary. And then we're gonna put on our guards again, put our guards back on, fix our chain tensioner, and then we will be on the road. So I'll probably do a time lapse so that this isn't so boring. And yeah, we're gonna get to work, get wiring, and yeah, the end. Okay, so we have the carburetor off, and we are going to, well, clean carburetor. It is a Tillotson HD, if I remember right, not an HR. HR is a smaller flange. This is a Tillotson HD. So I had it apart last week, spoiler, and the diaphragms and seals are probably going bad. The diaphragm is really stiff. So it's a pumper carb, so when the diaphragm's stiff, it doesn't pump fuel and you just don't get fuel. So it's pretty simple to take apart. There's just a bunch, like 5 or 6 layers, so it can be a bit of a handful getting it back together, but hopefully we can do this without breaking. Everybody knows how fun working with cold plastic is. Cold, old, brittle plastic. So the diaphragm may be more pliable now because it's been soaking in fresh gas with fresh 2-stroke oil instead of varnished old gas, but we will, we'll see. I expect it to still be stiff and not working. This is our filter screen. Oh, come on. For incoming gas. A cork gasket. Gasket looks fine. This doesn't leak. Screen doesn't look plugged. There's only 3 holes it goes through. We can see through 3 holes. So we're good. We'll just give a quick spray off to the side. Carb cleaner. Set it off to the side. This, make sure this inlet port isn't clogged. It's the only thing that can get clogged. Just spray that out. Spray off everything else. Ooh, I don't think these gloves are resistant to carb cleaner. Anyways, they're nitrile. Maybe they are. Okay, so then we have this screen. Well, actually, it's our first set of flappers that stop the flow of gas. Or only when it pulses out, it pushes gas through, and it pulses in, it closes. Because it works off the bottom crankcase pressure of a 2-stroke. 4-strokes have pumper carbs too, but 2-strokes are a lot more. They just come with them a lot more. Older ones did, at least. I don't know. I don't think they're very popular these days. I don't work on a lot of new equipment though. So yes, this is very, very pliable. You'll see the other one here in a second. It is not pliable, the opposite of pliable. And I'm sure these flappers, I'm sure are probably fine, so I'll keep a hold of them. But these, we'll install the new ones because we have new ones. Just give it a nice rebuild. We won't be replacing the needle or the seat because I'm sure they're fine. So I'll keep these separate. These are our old ones. And if I forget the layers, I mean, it's pretty explanatory, but if I forget it, I'll just look in the manual. Okay, peel that off. Give it a good spray. I mean, the ports are very obvious where they are. 3 ports. There isn't any passages in this one, so it's just a divider block. Pull off this diaphragm, or this gasket, flapper set, whatever. So this is our crankcase pressure coming in, pushes on our diaphragm here. You can see how stiff that is. Yeah, it's supposed to be very, very pliable. Floppy, some might call it. Okay, so we've scraped paper material into our passages. I don't know if we can see that. Make sure the passages are clean. These are air passages on this side, and this side is fuel passages. What gets pumped up through. Okay, so we'll go with, wipe these gasket edges down just to make sure that it's reasonably off. Like I said, paper gaskets are pretty forgiving. Cork not so much, but paper gaskets are pretty forgiving, so I'm not going to go too crazy on it. Just make sure that there's not any large bunches. Yeah, this stuff, it looks bigger on camera than it is. Maybe there's a little bit here, but that's what she said. Anyways. It's clean. Let's peel off our diaphragm here, and I'll show you just how. This is a separate gasket. Interesting. So yeah, here's our diaphragm. You can't see how stiff it is. Yeah, it barely moves, especially in the center. It's old. Compare that to the new one. The new one, I can grab the side and it just flops over. I'll hold the center. Just barely touch it. Just hold the center of this one. Same orientation. I can like push on it and it resists me. So, yeah, diaphragm's bad. Now we have our needle and seat. Keep that pressed down. Make sure we get the lever up so the spring doesn't fly away. We have a little spring. Sits in here on the lever arm. And then sits down here. Anyways. Oh, we dropped it in there. Doesn't matter, I can tip the carb up. So, keep our lever arm over here to the parts. It moves freely. I mean, I can spray it too, but here's our spring. This is all keep garbage on this side. Spray this lever arm here. Just make sure it's clean. The spring doesn't really need to be clean, but I'll spray it quick, whatever. Okay. Get this needle out. It seems to be moving freely enough. There we go. Fill out. So here's our needle. Our tip looks good. Not really worn or chipped. Should seal fine. Make sure it's clean. We'll blow out our seat. That seems to be part of our problem. Woo! Just about got it there. Yeah. Finally blew through and got the gunk out. Nice. So, this passage then sprays up into here. I'm out of here. I'm gonna choke. Oh no, this is our main. This is where our jet comes through. So let's count this. How many turns away we are from seated? Half, 1, 1.5, 2 and, well, 1 3/4. So we'll take this out. Just so we get, I don't know if you can see the little needle in there I'm turning here. Turning this needle out. It's our main jet. That way I can spray in there. Make sure it's not plugged. Oops, wrong one. Yep, that's clean. And we'll do our idle circuit jet, which is, I don't know if I have access to it. Must be this one. Well, I'll spray it. It's a little pinhole. I'm not sure where it comes from. Well, it sprayed through, so let's say it's clean. Oh, I see, right in here. So, yes, that is the little pinhole jet there. There's 3 idle ports there. All but one gets covered up by the flapper, or by the butterfly. So, spray those out, this little orifice here. We're good. So, our passages are clean. We should have, let's turn this back in before I forget. Turn this all the way back down, 1 3/4 out. Okay, somewhere around here, so we'll go 1, 1/2, 3/4. All right. Should be good. And this I didn't touch. You just kind of mess with it when it gets warm. Choke lever. Yeah. In this face, the gasket on the bike is good. We don't have an intake leak. And make sure everything's cleaned up. Okay, now we can reassemble. Okay, we're back. We did have it installed upside down last time. That's fine. Correct it. So this part stays up, which makes sense because it matches this raised surface here. This circle does. So keep this down. Make sure we have our pins lined up correctly and all our small orifices. There we go. Goodness, that was hard. So that shows up. Put this back on. Screw holes, I guess we can make, as long as these ports line up. I really don't care. Okay, make sure we're all, everything looks decent. The screw holes are mostly what's messed up, so it'll be fine. Now we need our first plate, which is our diaphragm plate here. I did do it wrong. God dang it. All right, we're going back. We're going back through. That's all right. It'll be faster this time. Okay. Should be good now. We'll go put this back on the bike and see if we can't get it started. All right, welcome to outside of the shop. Everything has been checked over. I have brakes on both wheels, both brakes in other words. The recoil's good. I have the kill switch wired up. I have some footage of that. Hopefully I've already showed it. Yeah, I had to do some riggery here, but it works. That's what matters. Had to clean the carburetor twice. You saw that. Yeah, that was a pain. But I have gas. I need to fill it up. The clutches work. I don't need to grease that. Plenty greased. Throttle's better. And we'll have GoPro footage on the helmet. And yeah, that is pretty much it. The exposition is not too bad. Everything went together good. Just had trouble. I had to order a new kit for this, like you saw. Yeah, anyways. Hopefully let's get riding. Okay, so we're gonna do a start up and drive. I mean, spoiler, I already have started it up. Did a system check, clutches, grab, you know, returns to idle, things like that. But I haven't driven it yet. So, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, that's still fun. Thank you. Okay. Sorry. Certain fluid it is. I'm not sitting here pulling it. All right, so we got done with our test ride. It doesn't quite seem like it's all there. I'm gonna find the baseline numbers for the carburetor. Cleaning it might have, well, I know I've messed with all these. This is our main jet and our idle jet. And the engine's gotta be warm to really set those properly, so. We'll find the baseline numbers for that and then tweak those accordingly, and it is just as sketchy as I remember. It's yeah, it's fast still. It isn't crazy fast, but it's fast. It just doesn't have traction on the gravel, so when you really get on it, it doesn't seem like you're going anywhere, even though the engine's screaming. And that's because it's just rooster tailing. But maybe that's why I think it's just not as fast. Is it's just eating rooster tails, and you can't really feel it in the acceleration. But we'll get baseline numbers for those two jets, and then we'll go for another test ride, refuel, because this thing has just enough fuel for a couple test runs, and then you're done. So, yeah, we'll get back to it. There we go. Be a little vibrating, but we should be good. yeah, kind of, it seems like it isn't running right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if my timing is wrong or what, but I don't know. Fuck you. Choke it. Yeah, pull it up. There you go. Not choke. There you go.
Yeah.
No, this way. Might need some gas too. race right back up to the driveway. I'm gonna race back just past the driveway. On the gravel I did, yeah. Just so I can help get grip.
Well, get it a little grip.
But on the pavement, it probably doesn't. I don't think it's slipping in the rim, but
there's a little bit of play in that back tire.
I don't think it's slipping in the rim. Fucking back tire is hot. But that's all right.
There's like a little bit of side-to-side play. Not a whole lot, but you can kind of see it when you're driving. Like that back tire when you're accelerating. Kind of going like this a little bit.
Well, it's also fucking. There's a lot of torque on it. We survived our ride. It seems like to me. Sorry, I still have the helmet on. So, if the audio is weird, it seems like we lost our mid to top end power somewhere. I don't know if I have the timing not quite right. We lost power there, or if we're having fueling issues. I have this is our main jet. It seems to be dialed in this. I mean, there's really only any lower than this and I'm too lean, and it seems like any higher than this and I start to lose top end. So somewhere in this range, that's it. And our belt is really fucked. I mean, it's really not good. There's chips out of it. Seems like our primary is getting full engagement, but I think it's I think we're slipping on our belt too. Maybe our secondary isn't getting. We seem to have lost top end somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. So we'll make sure that try to get this figured out. God, it's sketchy as hell. Anyways. And our back tire went flat when we were on the pavement. So we're losing a little bit of grip there. A little bit of acceleration. Leaking gas somewhere. Out of this filter here. It's just not quite seated right. Anyways, we'll get it figured out. We did hit 70 miles an hour. I think the original, it's windy, it's super windy. So wind at our back, 70 miles an hour. But wind going forward, we're stuck at 56, as you saw in the footage. Yeah, we'll try to get the top end power figured out. It just seems to be lacking. I don't know where, but thanks for watching the Death Machine Revival. It's been fun. I don't know if we'll ride again this year. Maybe we'll get another one in. It's getting cold. Thanks for watching.